Welcome back to another episode of 50 Shades of NBA Pod. I'm
Episode
Nathan.
27. Oh, I'm Trey.
Yeah, that first.
I was just excited.
Intros first. He's excited to introduce our NBA player of the pod, Rudy Gobert.
Rudy Gobert.
Who hit a very mean and probably only mid-range fadeaway of his career.
I'm pretty sure it's the only time it's ever happened.
He does not have a bag.
No, zero bag on offense.
Yeah, on offense.
I guess you can't really have a bag on defense.
It would be a smaller sample size.
If anyone has a bag on defense, it is Nicholas Claxton.
Ooh, Nick Claxton.
Yeah.
I would have gone with like a guard or something. Okay. Why do you say Nick?
Because of that one highlight where he switched hands mid-block. Like he went up with his left and then brought his right up and then blocked it with his right while bringing his left down.
I want to say Walker Kessler did something very similar for a game-sealing block.
Oh, is that one of those like three that he's had this year where he's had a game-sealing block?
One of the three.
Yeah, he's been killing it.
One of the three. He was impressive.
Shout out Walker Kessler. What numbers does he wear?
He wears 24.
Interesting. We missed it. We shouted out Kobe instead of Walker Kessler.
That's such a miss. That's so poverty, bro. all jokes aside.
Not editing that out.
Yeah, you know what? You don't have to. I'm okay with my voice publishing that. But
valid.
Just know, listeners, I don't mean it.
Just know, listeners, he's anti-Kobe.
Not true. It's not true. I don't like these allegations that have been spread against me.
Bro, I'm gonna take that quote out of context so hard.
You should because you could audio embed like just a quote on Twitter. I know that. Do that, yeah.
Get a conversation started.
I'll get you a cleaner one. Yeah, some clickbait. Kobe Bryant is not the GOAT of wearing number 24.
Wow.
Okay, JK. There's the soundbite.
There's the soundbite. You can
publish that, and then people will be like,
listen here. And they're like,
you're not going to want to miss this.
And then they hear JK.
Yeah, just kidding, please.
We're actively talking about the clickbait we're creating that neither of us really knows how to make, by the way.
Yeah, you know what? We might have to figure it out for this. Just to say we did it.
Just to say we did. I did see there's something on rrss.com.
Okay.
That we can... There was something with clips that we could do for free.
Yeah, that's the one I think I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Work on it tomorrow. What time are you in at work?
I get there at 7 and I'll leave until we have lunch.
Okay, cool.
Word. It's a date. Guys, if you're ever wanting to find me on campus, I'll probably be at Sylvia's in the morning.
More than likely. If it's before like 1, he'll probably be at Sylvia's.
Yeah, majority of the days.
And then, did your coworker tell you that I loved you today? Because I instructed her to.
No.
That's unfortunate. I like walked in.
Who?
Red hair girl that I talked to last time.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wasn't told that.
I walked in today and I went, "Where's my husband?" And they said, "He's gonna be here in like 30 minutes. He's in class." And I went, "That's not worth my time." And then I left and went, "Make sure my husband knows I love him." And she said, "I will." She
didn't.
Wow.
She didn't.
To be fair, probably should know her name. That's on me.
That's okay. I don't even know who you're thinking of right now or who you spoke to.
So no one at Sylvia's listens to this.
It's podcast. A nobody. Oh, you're thinking Sylvia's. There's somebodies. Wilco, he's an honorable mention. He can get consideration for being a somebody. But anyway, we got basketball to talk about, and we have the return of another GOAT.
Did we just redo this intro? I feel like we were.
No. We got a return of another GOAT on the court. And that is LeBron James.
Oh, that's right. That's right. LeBron James returned to action.
Yes, he did.
Came off the bench.
Yes, he did.
For the second time in his career.
When was the first?
The first time was when Anderson Varejao was holding out for a better deal. He wanted a 6-year, $52 million deal from the Cavs. The Cavs were like, no.
You silly.
Yeah, they went, that's stupid. No. And he was a restricted free agent. He went into free agency. The Charlotte Hornets gave him a 2-year, $11 million deal. He agreed to it. The Cavs then matched it. And previously, Varejao was like, I'm never going to play for Cleveland again.
Yeah.
And then because they were like, Varejao's going to get booed when he enters into the game, LeBron's like, oh, put me off the bench and I'll enter with Varejao to make sure he doesn't get booed.
Word. What a good teammate.
What a good guy. That's my GOAT.
That's awesome.
He's just so wholesome and solid at all times. I have so much respect for Michael Jordan, but LeBron's my GOAT.
Okay. Charles Barkley also had a quote recently that said his story is like untouchable, just considering the lack of controversy that surrounded his career.
Like the most controversy he has is going, yo, I'm not just a basketball player. I'm also a person who cares about civil rights. And that was the most controversy LeBron's had.
Yeah. Arguably.
At least off the court. I mean, there's going to be on the court controversy with any athlete, especially one at that level, you know. But off the court, that's it. Is the whole shut up and dribble movement that he then took and ran with the other direction because he is the GOAT.
DT did. But
it's my GOAT.
In the game he returned, they lost.
Yeah.
To the Bulls.
Yeah.
And Pat Bev had a lot to say about it.
He did too small.
Yeah, he did too small on like a game sealing or icing, whatever you want to call it. Bucket over Braun.
Yeah, and then someone said in Twitter, they were like, imagine this happened to Kobe or LeBron. He was like, you couldn't even imagine this happened to Kobe or LeBron. Someone immediately responded with like, Pat Bev would do this to God.
He would.
He would.
Pat Bev does not care.
He does not care who you are.
That's one thing that has remained the same about that man.
Pat Bev would 110% do that against Kobe. Would 110% do that against Jordan.
Yeah.
Does not matter. He would have too small Wilt Chamberlain if he could.
If he tipped the ball out of bounds,
if he touched the ball,
player. I'm thinking like defensively. Like
I
just tipped it out of bounds. He'd be doing too small.
Too small. I did see. Speaking of Pat Bev, though, I did see him get not dropped, but got a bucket dropped on him by Russell Westbrook. And Westbrook turned to the crowd in his Clippers jersey.
Rocket baby.
Started doing the Rocket baby, but there were two young fans sitting courtside. Yeah. And they were like, one of them went to dap him up, and he started doing the celebration. And so both the fans started doing the celebration with him on the court. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cold. Big rivalry between Pat Bev and Westbrook. Pat Bev is the reason that Westbrook was like kind of turned into an injury-prone player. Not like super injury-prone, but he had an Iron Man streak where he went from high school to like his 4th year in the league without missing a single game. And then while he was calling a timeout, Pat Bev dove it for the ball in the playoffs and tore his Achilles.
Damn.
I don't know if it was Achilles. Tore something in either his leg or his ankle or his knee.
Dang, dude.
Like on a timeout call.
Yeah. Makes sense why there's beef.
And that's why they despise each other.
Really makes you wonder why they thought having those two on the same team was a good idea. That's for Rob to decide.
You despise Rob.
I'm not big on Rob.
He killed it this trade deadline. Thanks for giving them Jared Vanderbilt.
Now Hachimura's not even getting minutes.
I know. They want him back at $10 million a year though.
I think that's good.
I mean, we can launch hardcore into Lakers offseason contracts. So we have two people to talk about, Rudy and Austin Reaves.
Yeah. Austin Reaves recently has been floating around potentially making 4 years, $50 million is where his market currently sits at. Or at least that's what's reported.
Is that $12.5 million a year, right?
2.5, 2.5.
Right. Yeah, it is. Would you pay that $12.5 million a year for 4 years for Austin Reaves?
I think recency bias tells me but I'll pull up like his last 10 type of deal.
Yeah. I think I also would. I want to look at Nasir Little's deal that he got this offseason because I feel like it's not comparable, but it's similar enough to the point where I can go, I would rather have Austin Reaves than Nasir Little. Yeah.
I mean, regular season, 12.3, 50 from the field, 51 from the field, 40 or 38 from 3, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, half a steal, 0.3 blocks.
It's not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
It's not bad.
And then recently he went on a tear. He had a career high night against the Magic on the 19th, dropping 35, followed up by a 25-point game, and then 11, 13 in LeBron's return. But he has potential.
I like Austin Reaves a lot. Nasir Little was $7 million a year for 4 years.
Okay.
And so while it's not 12.5, is Austin Reaves worth double what you're going to pay Nasir Little? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad about it.
If the Lakers are somehow able to lock Reaves up for $10 million or less per year, that's a steal.
It'll look like a good contract because I'm assuming he's going to exceed that.
Yeah,
right now.
I mean, I'm assuming
young,
he's going to be better than he's going to be at least a $12.5 million a year player, and that's what you're betting on with that contract.
The market just keeps on going up.
I would honestly say he's a $12.5 million player right now. Yeah, and I would say Nasir Little is probably like a $9 million player.
I'd agree.
I mean,
he's playing on a 2.5 So that is a steal.
Yeah.
And a half for the production you're getting out of him. So I wouldn't be mad about that Austin Reaves contract.
I do hope they're able to find more forwards that can shoot threes in free agency for the Lakers next year because Reaves, I feel like, is a better 2 guard than he's a 3 guard.
I'd agree.
And I just wish they would do that. I hope, I hope they're able to find some level of success for LeBron this postseason. I don't think they're going to win a championship.
Yeah, I don't think so.
LeBron is always LeBron, though, so I don't want to bet him out.
Count him out.
But
just the reality of the Western Conference. And
in the
even
league.
if they made a run to the finals.
Who you beating, Lakers?
Yeah.
Because you're not beating Philadelphia. And Philadelphia might not beat Boston. Boston might not beat Milwaukee.
Yep.
Philadelphia could beat Milwaukee. It's a weird little grouping.
Nice.
I really don't even think the Lakers could beat the Cavs right now.
In a 7-game series, I don't think so.
I would take D-Mitch in a 7-game series.
Absolutely. Fastest player, by the way, as of tonight to reach 10,000 points and 1,000 3-pointers.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It really is.
Especially since so many of his 3-pointers this year have been unassisted. I believe he is second or third in the entire league for unassisted 3-pointers.
Behind Luka, you said?
Behind Luka. Luka is first by far.
Which, that makes sense.
It makes sense. But Luka's shooting 33% on unassisted 3-pointers. Donovan is shooting 42%. He's like He's like somewhere in the 7 to 18 range less than Luka is in terms of shots.
Yeah.
But he's increased that percentage up to 42%. And then, of course, Steph, the king of shooting, is, I believe, somewhere in the same vicinity of unassisted 3-pointers. He's either second or third behind Donovan. And he's shooting a ridiculous 46% on unassisted threes.
That's what Steph does.
It's Steph.
It's Steph.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, exactly.
What are you going to do?
Just throw as many bodies at him as you can and
Doesn't matter.
Still drain it.
He'll drain it or he'll find someone for the easiest 3 points of their career.
Swear to God.
It's insane.
Really is. Yeah. Lakers would have to go through that.
Oh, my God.
But honestly, that could be a potential playing game if the Warriors keep losing.
Yeah?
Yeah, if they're the 7 seed right now, so.
Warriors?
Yeah, Warriors are. Lakers are at 9. Could be.
Could be. Significant possibility. I would bet on the Warriors winning.
I would too. Honestly, I don't know. I'd almost take
I would bet on the Warriors with Wiggins winning.
With Wiggins. I don't know. I think
it's a rough one.
I'd go with the Lakers, LeBron, AD.
LeBron's too scary.
He is.
He's too scary.
Legacy on the line. Steph Curry.
He really is. And Steph's already, I feel like no one's questioning Steph to the same level that they're questioning Bron. Is your computer okay? I saw you hit the mic with it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Cool.
I've dropped it plenty of times.
Like, no one questions Steph's legacy like they do LeBron's. The closest comparison we got was last year when they were like, oh, Steph doesn't have a finals MVP. His career is tarnished, this and that, which wasn't a thing.
It was a bogus.
But then he just won it. So his legacy solidified.
Yeah,
it already was. I mean, it was probably
greatest
3 years before that.
In the world.
As the greatest. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like the guy who changed the game, Steph Curry. I can't think of an NBA player who changed the game more than Steph Curry right now. The on-the-court product.
That's fair. Yeah. I'm cool with that.
Who else are you going to do? Like maybe Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? But that's just because in the NCAA they banned dunking. You could say maybe Bill Russell for having 13 championships. But no one really goes, oh, he's the GOAT. He's got the most rings. Maybe Jordan, just because he's Jordan, but he didn't really change the game. He just defined the game.
Yep. Wow, that was a great way to put it. He defined the game.
Thank you.
Have that as our link.
As our link?
Oh, yeah, as our little our clickbait sound. Yeah, our sound bite.
Jordan didn't change the game. Let me give you a clean one. Jordan didn't change the game nearly as much as Steph Curry did.
I meant the other one, how we define how you.
Oh, we have a clean one. We're good there.
Okay, yeah. No, that was cold. That was cold.
I mean, that's accurate though.
I think so.
That's how it is. Like Curry is just a whole nother level of changing the game. Like no one has had that level of impact on a league wide. Like I guess the closest I can think of in recent history is Trey Young's foul hunting when he jumps into defenders during that playoff run that he beat the Knicks and Philly and then lost to Milwaukee.
Yep. Because
they saw how often he did it, which was constantly against every team he played.
Great rule change, by the way.
It's the correct rule change.
Yep.
But jumping into players, like that's the only other thing I can really think of.
Even still.
Yeah, I don't know when the gather set became a thing. I don't like there isn't like one player who defined it more than anyone else. James Harden just took advantage of it.
He did.
Like,
but that's still, you can't compare that to the 3-point shot.
No, it's the volume of it is insanity.
It really is.
And I think if Pistol Pete Maravich was in the league with a 3-point shot, we'd be looking at a top 20 scorer all time.
I love that. Thank you for showing love.
I love Pistol Pete.
Pistol Pete, baby.
It's because of that one movie that, I don't know, probably some of you watched. I saw it in the comment section. Someone was like, yo, what was the Pistol Pete movie? And I was like, oh, I didn't think anyone else saw this movie. But shout out that Pistol Pete movie.
Do you know what it was called?
I believe it was just called The Pistol.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It was about him in high school.
It, but
it's about him in high school, and he's in the championship, and he takes like a deep three, and he loses, but he makes it. It's just like leaves his hand a second too late.
Damn, that's tough.
It's talking about how quick his hands were, how like dedicated it was. It was a good movie.
I always remember just the quick clip of him dribbling. It's ridiculous. Like 2 balls, just rapid fire, lightning quick.
He's gone
in between the legs. Like
he's so good.
Oh my god,
he's so good.
Underrated.
I'll stick with
Properly
that. I'll agree with that. I'll agree with underrated.
Okay.
I'll agree with underrated.
That's a fine line.
I feel like people don't talk about him anymore.
Yeah.
I remember watching this thing about top 10 point guards, and that's of all time in like 2010, maybe 2009. And someone put Pistol Pete at 7.
Yeah.
And the guy he was debating was like, get Pistol Pete off of your list, like immediately.
What a hater.
7's crazy. All-time guard or all-time point guard.
Man, I'm just showing love to my boy.
Top 10 all time.
No, he's wrong, but still.
Okay, all right.
Gosh.
But you got Magic, you got Steph. I mean, come on.
I mean, the fact that the Jazz could have, or the Jazz, I'm assuming, had 2 point guards in that list, that's awesome. John Stockton?
I'm so sorry. You're so right. John Stockton was on the list.
I was like, man.
I'm trying to think of this list from 2010, man.
Okay, you know what? That's fair. That's fair.
Give me some credit here. I was trying to... I immediately, because the way you looked at me, it was so confident. I was trying to think of recent history of Jazz. And I'm like...
Not recent. Mike Conley, bro.
I was trying to think of who before Mike Conley. I was like, I kept landing on Emmanuel Mudiay. I don't even know if he played for you guys.
He will.
Yeah. Shoot.
Top 10 all time. Not true.
The Jets have had a lot of talent.
We really have, and nothing to show for it.
I don't remember who I got into an argument with, but I got into an argument about the number 1 power forward of all time, and they would not say anyone other than Karl Malone.
I don't trust them.
Yeah, so I immediately I was like, child predators cannot be on this list.
Yeah, that's like the minimum.
No, it's Karl Malone though. I'm like, he's not the best at any
No.
Doesn't he have the most free throws? Isn't that his one stat? Most free throws all time? I think it's Karl Malone.
I'll check it, but
you check it.
I know he's top 5 for scoring.
Yeah, but he sucks. He doesn't suck. He's good at basketball. But
good at basketball,
he sucks as a human.
Yeah. Won't look outside that.
Yeah, I'll pull up.
All right.
I'll back to the Lakers offseason.
Oh, yeah. We're talking about
that. Have Austin Reaves, who I would lock down.
Then Moses Malone.
That's right. I knew it was 2 Malones.
The Malones.
One of them way cooler than the other one.
Yeah.
Love Moses Malone. But they have Reaves, key contributor, Rui, key pickup, key pickup.
You'll want him to be more of a key contributor.
D'Lo,
I think,
is also a free agent.
Yeah, D'Lo's a huge one to come back.
Am I insane? Lonnie Walker wasn't included in any trades, right? He's still on the team.
He's still on the team. He's collecting dust.
He is collecting dust, which is sad because he killed it. He did play 24 minutes against OKC.
Maybe not collecting as much.
No, he is. So March 7th he played 16 minutes, and then he didn't play again until March 14th, where he played 2. March 15th he played 11, and then from 15th to the 24th he played 0, and then on the 24th he played 24.
Okay.
And then against Chicago he played 13. So he's collecting dust. Lonnie Walker the 4th has been killing it this season. He's been really good. He's been a really surprising fit next to LeBron AD because he's not a 3-point shooter.
Nope. He's a Skywalker. I think that was his nickname, or a nickname.
Was it really?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Lonnie Walker, Skywalker.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
I love Lonnie Walker. He played in Miami, so I can't not love him.
Yeah. You're kind of obligated by your fandom.
And he was cool.
He is cool.
He was cool.
Player. I do miss his hair from the Spurs. That was just...
Did you see why he got rid of it?
No, I don't know why.
It was about like his hair was a way of him like having control over himself because he was, I believe it was physical abuse from someone in his family or something like that, but it might have been mental abuse.
Okay.
And his hair was like his way of expressing that. And then when he cut it, he was like, "This is me expressing my freedom from my abuse in the past."
That's sick.
So like I can't even be upset that it's gone.
Yeah.
It was like it was dope, but also
now I feel terrible. I recant what I said.
No, it was cool. It was cool. You're definitely right. And I do miss it, but also I'm really happy for him.
No, that was cool.
I love
Shout
Lonnie
out,
Walker.
Yeah.
He's also a free agent.
I think you have to be okay with letting him walk.
You do.
You don't have money to keep him around.
I mean, you do if he doesn't get interest, right? You have the ability to go, here's a minimum. Mm-hmm. You fit well. Even if you don't play all the time, you fit well in this team. So come back.
Who out of that list is your number one?
My number one?
Yeah.
Reaves.
Reaves over D'Lo?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
I'd say D'Lo, then Reaves.
That's the correct answer, to be fair. But I would say Reaves then D'Lo.
Okay, I respect it. Why do you say that?
Reaves is just more like of that homegrown chemistry kind of guy. Mm-hmm. I feel like the Lakers always have a new point guard, and I feel like it doesn't really matter as much who it is.
Okay.
Like, correct me if I'm wrong. This is the first time in like a few years that the starting point guard from the previous season was the starting point guard this season, which was Russ.
Probably not wrong.
I don't think I'm wrong.
Yeah. I would not put money against that.
Because, like...
It's kind of been a revolving door.
Who was the point guard before Russ?
Want you to have, like, to
some
solidify, consistency?
Some level of it, yeah. But also, is D'Lo really that guy who... I would have to see how they play in the playoffs, too. Mm-hmm. If D'Lo looks good with LeBron, with AD, out the door, he's the guy you need to lock down. Mm-hmm. And him being unrestricted also makes it a whole nother level of, like, urgency on it.
Yeah.
Austin Reaves, I just think, is not the better player, but the better fitting player.
Okay.
Although I do think D'Lo's playmaking is super underrated.
I would agree with you.
Mm-hmm. He's averaging like 7 assists.
I have no idea what D'Lo, his contract situation will look like how much he's projected to get.
He's not getting another max. His max days are gone. So
he's underplayed that.
What is so let's say you are a team who is a point guard away from like serious playoff contention. Mm-hmm. Like, let's say you sign a point guard, your top 4 seed in your head. How much would you give D'Lo?
25 mil.
25 mil. That's a lot.
Well, 25 sticks out to me because months ago now, that's what Kyle Kuzma is going to be asking. And if I'm
20.
Oh, 20. You know what? 5 mil extra. If you're a top 4, you think you're a point guard away?
Maybe.
I know.
You're a point guard away from top 4.
Oh, point guard away from top 4.
So I don't know if that raises your price.
I'd say around 20 to 25.
I think that's a valid like contract. I don't really think I could go over 25 in any way.
Yeah.
Unless I'm the Lakers. And he looks good.
Who are the available guards?
Harden?
Isn't it? It's pretty slim pickings, huh?
Yeah. I mean, think of 2K first year.
Okay, very slim pickings.
Harden's like your first guy. Kyrie.
Oh!
If you can turn D'Lo into Kyrie, that's your move. You know? But you don't have the salary cap to do it outright. You'd have to sign D'Lo to a matching salary to Kyrie. Kyrie's going to get a max. So do you think the Mavericks are ready to take on a 4-year, $30 million D'Lo?
Max D'Lo? I don't know,
That's
man.
insanity.
It would be insanity.
If D'Lo was included on another max deal and a signing trade for the second time in his career, because he was the KD signing trade.
Yep. That'd be insane.
That'd be like the luckiest winnings of all time.
The first person in NBA history type of deal. There's a stat for that. It's got to be. He's got to be
the first player to get a max deal and traded from his previous team in exchange for another all-star.
I genuinely don't even know anyone else who would be considered in that.
I'm trying to think of people who have been included in sign-in trades as max players. I can't think of one.
Few and far between.
I can think, in terms of sign trades, I'm trying to think of recent sign trades now. Jimmy went for 15 mil. Mm-hmm. What other sign? KD went for D'Lo. LeBron went for a crap ton when he got traded to Miami. Mm-hmm. It was technically a sign and trade.
Man. D'Lo's, he'd be the champion on top of that hill. All right. We're rolling with it. Yeah.
If you have
We're kind of
someone
befuddled.
who was,
if
was
we're
on
really
a max
overlooking
contract,
someone, let us know.
just let us know.
Because I think that's it.
I think it's just D'Lo.
Yeah. That's kind of cool. Are you going to look it? He's pondering.
Who was in the Chris Paul trade? Was Ryan Anderson on his $20 million contract included in the Chris Paul trade? I don't think he was. I think it was Trez. I think it was Lou Will. I think it was Pat Bev. I have a weird feeling that it was Luke Mbah-a-Moute somehow. And I feel like it was picks. What a weird thing we're now researching.
Pat Bev, Lou Will, and more. Well, who is the more?
Montrezl Harrell's one of them.
Okay.
And he was a rookie.
Man. He's got to be the first.
He might be the first. I'm also thinking about was Russell Westbrook's trade to Houston a sign-in trade?
Ooh.
I don't think it was. I think it was just a straight-up trade.
That's a good
That would be
thought,
it'd be
though.
Chris Paul, Russ Westbrook. But I feel like both of them had contracts already. This is a weird rabbit hole we've really gone down here for this.
Very unplanned.
I want to know the answers.
We kind of need to make trade for 8-time Russell Westbrook.
No, he was on contract.
Yeah,
He was on contract.
It was his enormous contract, and then he bounced to DC, and then bounced to the Lakers, and now bounced to the Clippers. Okay,
Oh my gosh.
there we go.
Sign and trade.
Sign and trade history for you.
Oh my gosh.
All right, well, we'll continue. Now that we've solved that.
You keep continuing.
Answer
I'm going to
that.
keep looking up sign and
Okay,
trades.
well, the next thing we have another all-time great NBA player making his return tomorrow night or today for when you guys listen. Kevin Durant, he's making his return for the Phoenix Suns. I don't remember who they play, but I'll tell you right now. But obviously that's a great thing. They play the T-Wolves. T-Wolves are hot right now too.
They really are.
Let me just say that. They are freaking clicking. They moved their way up to the 6th seed in the West, which that's exactly where you want to be. That's the happy spot. He's ahead of his timetable for his return, because I think initially everyone was saying he won't see the rest of the regular season, this, that, and the other. So great for him, great for the Suns to hopefully build some chemistry going into the postseason, because you're never going to be mad with your big three getting more minutes and experience with each other. What are you doing?
I'm just still reading about sign and trades. We forgot about Malcolm Brogdon was a sign and trade. That's about it.
That seems like a very distant and alternate reality. Who else got you puzzled?
No one. I just don't.
Okay.
I don't think it's as common as we think it is.
Yeah. Definitely more common now.
I don't know if it is.
Is it? I don't know.
When's the name a sign and trade that wasn't Kevin Durant?
And
it wasn't
not D'Lo anymore?
D'Lo.
I don't know, bro.
And not Jimmy
It
Butler.
just doesn't happen a lot.
It's because it's KD. It's Jimmy Butler. It is Malcolm Brogdon for a first and a second. And it is Kyrie for Isaiah Thomas. Unless that wasn't a sign and trade.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
Dude.
It wasn't a sign and trade because he left in 2 years.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Just doesn't happen a lot.
Sign and trades just don't happen.
They just don't.
They just don't happen.
Well, there you go.
We solved the
We finally solved
So
it.
D'Angelo Russell is the
Ladies
king
and
of
gentlemen,
being traded on a max.
D'Lo's the king of signing trades. Gosh. That's our disclaimer. But yeah, so KD returning, Suns, Wolves, good for him. I don't know if you have anything else to add about that, but
what level do you think Kevin Durant brings the Suns to as contenders?
what level?
Yeah, are they like A-tier contenders? Which
I I think they'd have to be A-tier contenders if they're healthy. I'm just assuming everyone's healthy, so I think they'd have to.
Didn't we have an argument about who their other starter was
They
today?
got no. Oh yeah, their power forward
Or small forward, depending on where Kevin Durant is.
Or Torrey Craig is what we determined.
And then after that, you have Josh Okogie playing significant minutes for your team.
Yep.
There's a reason he was cut by the Timberwolves after being like a top, after being a lotto pick.
They got no bench whatsoever.
Nothing.
But
I don't believe in that team at all.
You just run them to the ground.
I don't believe them. And how are you going to run a team with Chris Paul and Kevin Durant, two of the most injury-prone NBA players in the league, into the ground? They got Campaign. I think he's still there.
I think so too.
I was thinking about how Campaign made $7 million because he showed up in like one playoff series.
That's all you need.
It was crazy.
Get that bag, baby.
Made $7 million.
Get that bag earned.
Usually 6.29, but still.
Yeah,
crazy.
Close enough.
Crazy.
I don't know. I just think talent-wise, they'd have to be an A-tier.
Yeah, but we said the same thing for Brooklyn.
We did.
I don't think that the Suns are A-tier.
Bridges and shoot, I forgot who else is their new big three in Brooklyn. But anyway, the Nets' new big three has officially played more minutes than Harden, KD, and Kyrie Irving. This was as of like a couple days ago too, so that number has just gone up.
Yeah.
But when that was published, it was 4 minutes or 400 minutes played for the new big three to like the 380 something of the old one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's failed crazy. So much. The Nets can't get away from it.
Speaking of the Nets.
Okay.
Ben Simmons is done for the season.
Yes, he is. Great segue.
He ends the year with less points than Montrezl Harrell.
Oh.
No. He ends the year with less points than Paul Reed.
Okay.
And ends the year with, I believe, 44 points more than Montrezl Harrell, who has the entire season left.
Oh my God. Befuddled.
What a blunder.
Very much so.
What a blunder.
Yeah, they shut him down. His back's getting to him too much. Got to preserve him for next season.
It's crazy, dude.
It really is.
I don't think I've ever seen a player fall off this hard, this fast.
Yeah.
And this is why, like, people will be like, why don't NBA players just sit out like a season until their trades? This is why. It destroys your trade value.
Yep.
You go to a team that embraces you. And because you're so rusty and out of it, like the NBA game, you just played another rookie year, Ben.
Pretty much. Rookie of the year. Give it to him next year.
He really did play a whole nother rookie year, though, because he took time off from the NBA. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. How on earth did it get like this?
I don't even know, man.
I
don't know if he has people and who's advising him or...
He doesn't. His agency dropped him, bro.
Ugh.
Clutch Sports dropped him.
You just got to play, bro. You got to play. This is your living. This is what you do.
He doesn't have to play. He has $35 million. Still.
I mean, if he's content
year.
with just rolling out the contract.
Yeah, are you cool, Ben, with just like not playing and netting, what is that?
Sitting out your contract?
$110 million probably?
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of money, but you look at a player of his talent and impact when he was on the court and actually doing stuff, you know? You can get so much
like
more.
This?
I don't know. I don't even know.
I'm flabbergasted.
I am too. Someone got to talk to that man. Help him out.
Let me talk to him.
Let Trey talk to him.
Actually,
got to vent some stuff.
If you know Ben Simmons and you're listening,
yep.
Can you give him my open letter to Ben Simmons that I wrote like when he got traded? It's probably my favorite article I've ever written in my life. Mm-hmm. So if someone could just find a way to get that to him, that'd be great.
All right. Put that on the universe. Time will tell now.
Time will tell.
Time will tell.
I just don't get it.
I don't either. But another player that's been shut down for the season, not Ben Simmons, Damian Lillard.
Far better player.
Far better player.
He got up to like a 95, 96 in 2K.
That's what's up.
He's getting boosted
this year? Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Like as recently as last week, he was like a 95, 96.
Now he's done for the year.
That's crazy.
It is. And I don't know. This kind of shows me that Portland, they're definitely moving in a different direction. I don't know why. Let him play. Let him play.
I think it shows me
how much does draft stock really matter if
matters.
you're not gonna win.
So
a lot of the games left on your schedule.
Yeah, exactly.
Just want to preserve him.
If Dame's gonna play though,
are they though? They still haven't, bro. The Blazers have been bad even with Dame, which is so
but
awful.
not horrendous. They've been mid.
32-43. They're the 13th seed.
Look
in
up
the
their
West.
stats with Damian Lillard.
All right,
go to StatMuse. Be like, Trailblazers record this year with Damian Lillard.
all right.
You got to shut him down. He gives you way too much of a chance to win. If you lose out, right, which is the goal now. What? There's like 2 weeks left in the season.
Damn near.
If you lose out, you can go from like finishing as like the 14 lotto to being like maybe a 10, maybe a 8, if you get really lucky with it. Because it's really they're the first team to do a move so openly to tanking that I've seen, other than the teams that have been tanking all year. The Magic, the Rockets, the Spurs. So it's that thought process of, hey, if we lose the rest of these games and other teams are still trying to go, hey, we'll take a play-in spot. How high can we get? They could get up to like 8. You get up to 8, you get, let's say, 1 Victor, 2 Scoot, 3 Brandon. After that, it's a crapshoot. Who knows who's gonna go? You got Jarace Walker, you got Grady Dick.
All right, I'll tell you the remaining schedule.
Okay.
And I think with Dame they get 1 win.
Wow.
Kings
win.
T-Wolves, Grizzlies,
Lose.
Spurs. That's the game
win.
I give them. Clippers and Warriors. I can confidently
I'd say they win 4 of those games.
4?
Yeah. I think they beat the Kings, the Warriors, and the Spurs.
Wow.
The Kings ones are kind of crazy though. They'll probably split that. They'll probably win 3 of those games.
I don't know. I can't get on board.
Now
with
they'll
that.
win 1. They'll beat the Spurs still. I mean, Shadon Sharp is still active.
I don't know. I was not able to see for just this season their record with Damian. If you want to take my laptop and do the dirty work yourself,
I'll do the dirty work. You wanna start on your Damian Lillard talk?
Yeah, dude. I just might as well let him play. He loves playing. He's been very vocal about that this year anyway, about how he would love to stay in what do you call it? With Portland. The Trailblazers, yeah. And I don't know, just let him play. Let him play. It's because in my view, it's not hurting anything.
It literally is hurting stuff.
Maybe I just can't get on board.
So
with
literally
that,
mid 27-31 with Dame this year.
See,
that is average. That is 4 out of 8.
Average beats the Spurs.
Average beats the Spurs. Average will win 1 against the Kings, and average will beat the Warriors because Dame. Anytime Dame can score 50, Nate. If he scores 50, they win.
Do they?
Yeah.
StatMuse that.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Yeah. When Dame scores 50, what's his record?
Trailblazers record with Damian Lillard.
The Kings are good this year. At the end of the day, they're good this year. Light that beam. The Wolves, like I said earlier, they've been clicking. The Grizzlies, Ja Morant's back. They're ridiculous. DPOY, potentially, from Triple J. For DPOY?
I want to give it to Claxton really badly.
I would too, but it's going to be JJJ. And then the Warriors, you kind of hinted maybe they get Andrew Wiggins back, but I can only say one win. That's just me, Trey. That's just me.
I can't StatMuse it.
Okay, that's all right.
That's unfortunate.
There's a stat out there somewhere for it.
Yeah.
But, well,
I think Dame makes them win. How many wins do they have on the season?
They're at. I'm looking. They are at 32-43. Even with 3 wins, they wouldn't be in the 10 seed.
They're at 32-43.
Yeah. With 3 wins, they would still, as it stands right now, be behind.
32. You said 32 wins.
32.
They won 5 games. They've won 5 games without Damian Lillard this year. 5, Nathan. That is, give Dame MVP. That's crazy talk.
It is crazy.
5?
He's done a lot for not a line.
How many losses? 42, 43 losses?
43 losses.
43 losses. So they're like 5-12.
5-12 without Dame.
That's bad.
It is bad.
Hence,
Not even great with him though.
Bro,
these other teams are playing good.
They have won 5 games without him.
I know,
Nathan. That is an insane difference. You need to shut that down.
It hurts your chances.
I think it hurts your chances so incredibly.
I think if they were to say we don't want him to play so we can try and preserve him for next season, like keep him healthy for next season, these games are meaningless because we're not going to win. And we want him to be healthy for a hopeful playoff run, playoff push next season. I'd be cool with that, but
I mean, that's what they're doing.
Draft stock wise, it's
listen.
Right now, this season,
one doesn't have to exist without the other. It can be a both and.
Okay.
Let me give you an analogy here.
Put more value in.
You are on the Titanic, Nathan.
I'm on the Titanic,
and you have the option of getting in life raft 1.
Okay.
Or you can look for life raft 2, and you want to die. You get in life raft 1, there's a chance it hits something and sinks still. But there's still a chance you succeed and you're trying to die. Or do you go, oh, I'm going to go look for life raft 2? Wink and nod at the camera. Like,
he's totally not looking for life draft 2. I'd go life draft 1.
You would not look. You would not. You're trying to die, so you get in the first life raft you can. You were trying to fail.
You're trying to fail.
You were trying to fail.
I've been failing at this point anyway.
Nathan!
You know
you're wrong.
Why not
and you won't admit it.
I won't, dude. I won't.
But
I'm going to die on this hill.
You saying you're not going to admit it literally means that you agree that I am right. So I think you just admitted
it's a very compelling point and analogy.
That analogy was off the cusp. It was not great. I had to throw in and you want to die because that's the only way it made sense.
Yeah, that part helped a lot.
Yeah, it solidifies a lot there.
But as it pertains to Damian Lillard and the Trailblazers,
I guess
sticking with Lifeboat 1. I know.
I mean, if your argument here is like there's not that big of a difference between 8 and 14 on the draft board, that's fine. I disagree. I think the draft's super deep this year, but that's fine. I think there is way too much talent in this draft to go be like, oh, we're good at 14. Go up to 8.
But
get up there.
They wouldn't even get to 14 with Dame, dude.
Yes, they wouldn't.
No.
You're telling me they're going to lose the same amount of games with Dame than without Dame?
Against that spread, I think so.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
It's okay.
I think it's possible.
I think it's more likely than not.
I think
that would be the outcome.
You think it's more likely they lose those games with Dame than lose them without Dame?
Yeah. Just as how this season's gone, dude.
Mathematically, that doesn't make sense.
I don't care. Screw the analytics.
It's not analytics. It's like the laws of the universe.
Screw the laws, dude.
With your best player, you
the
think
Blazers are above the law.
You think you are more likely to lose with your best player on the court than off the court. That's what you're saying?
They're just so bad. The Blazers are so bad.
Listen to what I'm saying.
These other teams are so much better, Trey.
You think you are more likely to lose with your best player playing.
I'm not looking at this. You're getting outside the scope.
I literally said this. And you said that, yeah.
I recant that, yeah.
Hey, you know what? At the end of the day, Nathan, I still respect you. I know you know ball.
I respect you too, Trey.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Ditto to you.
Hey.
But for a team that is not in this situation whatsoever, their stars are playing, the team's clicking, and they're in the playoffs. Bright future ahead. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I have no idea who you're talking about.
The Cleveland Cavaliers, who for the first time since 1997-98 clinched their first playoff berth without LeBron James.
Solid.
Yeah.
That's solid.
Very much so.
Good on the Cavs.
Good on the Cavs.
I think the Cavs are going to be a surprise first round exit this year.
Ooh. Their matchup would be the Knicks.
Yeah.
That'd be exciting.
It'd be a very fun game.
That'd be a very tough out for both teams.
It would be. I feel like history says the Knicks would lose.
Yeah.
I think bench depth, and I don't know how solid I am on JB Bickerstaff yet as a coach.
Okay.
I'm pretty solid with him. I don't know if I love him. And I despise Thibodeau, but I respect him as a coach.
Okay.
And I feel like the way Tibbs takes advantage of, because he doesn't super take advantage of his depth, but he can if he needs to. That's the benefit of having the Knicks roster compared to the Cavs.
Mm-hmm.
And Tibbs has a way of pulling things out of players.
Bro.
Yeah, he has a way of pulling things out of players when they're in that 38th minute, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if Bickerstaff can do that, and I don't know if he has the depth to not afford to do that. Then again, D. Mitch and Darius Garland, better.
Jared Allen.
Evan Mobley.
Yep. Although,
name their bench.
I would name their bench. Karis LeVert.
Yep. Who's their backup point guard?
Backup. Oh, Ricky Rubio.
Yep.
Chetty Osman's on that team.
Yep.
Dean Wade.
Yep.
Knicks are definitely a deeper team.
Yeah. It's a little rough when you have to go Chetty Osman and Dean Wade as legitimate rotational pieces for your playoffs. This is like when the Sixers had like Amir Johnson playing meaningful minutes in the playoffs against the Heat and the Celtics their first year back into the playoffs.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. I don't know. I think they're better players than that, but because they begin a lot of
absolutely.
They'd begin minutes with.
And Chetty is obviously a veteran of.
He is. Like Ricky's a vet.
Chetty's a champion.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he was there on that LeBron year.
Yeah.
Dean Wade isn't a vet or anything, but he's a glue guy for the team.
Yep.
Like had good chemistry.
Amir
Johnson is just what I thought of. Karis is a vet. Has he been to the playoffs outside of the D'Lo year?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, he had to have. He came from Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, he came from Brooklyn.
He was in the James Harden trade.
Yeah.
Did that year where KD was still
question mark?
When KD was still I think it's bubble. But that year when Kyrie was the only big one in Brooklyn, was Karis on that? Did they make the playoffs that year? That's what I'm asking. Did Kyrie lead the Nets to the playoffs alone? That first year where Kevin Durant was sitting out with an Achilles injury still. Because that is the only other time I could think that Karis was on that. Because it went from D'Lo, Nets team, playoffs. Karis was on that team.
What year? Do you remember?
It'd be the year the Sixers were the 6th seed against the Boston Celtics. It'd be if it's the COVID. I think it's 2020.
If it's 2020, they lost in the Eastern Conference first round.
Okay. So he has those 2 years of playoff experience. And then he got shipped out to the Cavs the year after that. So he went D'Lo, and then Kyrie, and then he went to Sexton and Garland, Cavs, and now he's on Mitch and Garland, Cavs. So, yeah, a veteran, a playoff experience.
Mm-hmm. Mitch alone has
he's never made it out of the first round.
Ton of experience, at least second round experience.
D. Mitch?
Yeah. Into the playoffs every single year.
Yep.
6 years straight.
He really is that guy.
You're
stepping my dog's head.
I might have just stepped on Madden. He just he took it.
Nathan just stepped on my dog's head. So
yes, I did. He didn't
not
say
not
nothing
like hard.
It. No, it was a light
just
tap.
realized the dog was there and moved his foot.
There is
that being said,
organism.
PETA, get him.
Come at me, PETA. Yeah.
Whoa.
From the Hunger Games too.
Dang, that you have a better chance of fighting that PETA.
I'm taking Lifeboat 2 on that one. There you go.
All right.
But
I hate you.
On that note,
that
concludes everything we got today.
Yeah, 50 minutes still. Dang.
We're pretty good about that.
Yeah,
50 on the dot. Right around.
This has been a weird one. It wasn't nearly as weird as last week's episode.
No, last week was strange.
There was a lot more to talk about this week.
Yeah.
Because there was the shutdowns, there's tanking. I do want to just quickly run through some of the draft prospects I like, just because I have them on the top of my head. Victor, obviously. Scoot, obviously. Brandon Miller, obviously. Those are going to be top 3.
Yep.
Jarace Walker out of Houston. I love him. He's like Draymond Green, light with offense. He's like prime Draymond Green light. That's how I'll say it.
Okay.
I like Jarace Walker a lot. He's a very good defense presence. He's a good rebounder. He kind of reminds me of Zach Randolph in some ways, but not like an extreme way. Just that grit and grind mentality.
Some hints.
And he's big. Like he is big. Like large, man.
Okay.
Shout out to Amen and Asur Thompson.
Okay.
I like Asur more than I like Amen, but I feel like everyone I have ever discussed this with likes Amen more than they like Asur.
Okay.
They both play for G League Ignite. Shout out Leonard Miller for the G League Ignite. I like him a lot too. He's probably going to be a late second round or a mid second round pick.
Okay.
Nikola Durant out of Serbia.
I'm big on Nikola.
I really am. I do think he's going to go undrafted.
Okay.
Which I would not mind the Sixers finding a way to get that as a flyer.
Word.
Shout out Isaiah Wong, University of Miami, leading them to the Final Four in March Madness.
Your boy.
Along with, the three other guards that could start for that Miami team and the one forward. Also, shout out to Grady Dick. I think he's the best shooter in the draft by far.
Mm-hmm. Best name, too.
Hood Schifino out of Indiana.
Okay.
I forget his first name. But Hood Schifino out of Indiana is nice. Oh, and Mike Miles Jr.
Okay.
Out of TCU.
Word.
Those are my quick hits of players I like. They're all around on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Wong and Durant probably going to go undrafted. Mike Miles late second. Leonard Miller early to mid second. Hood Schifino is going to be anywhere from 10 to 20. And the rest of them are pretty much all lottery picks.
Word. That was beautiful, Trey. Snaps to you.
And Khalil Ware. He's
Ware.
completely out of Oregon's rotation by the end of the season.
Okay.
But he's going to get drafted solely off of potential.
Mm-hmm.
Because Caleb just has a game where he goes like 4 for 4 from 3. He's like 7'2".
Word.
Yeah.
That alone will get
He's
NBA
very
scouts saying,
cool. He's very cool.
I like it.
Yeah. He
That's a great list.
I think he thinks he's a point guard sometimes though.
That's okay.
He's probably going to go
As
I'm
all
going
big men
to
do.
say mid to late second.
Okay. You'll have to
Those
do
are my guys.
a mock draft when we get closer.
I can do a mock draft.
Yeah.
I can do a mock draft.
I mean, darn near just got one right there.
Those are just all random players that I've watched film of.
Yeah, it's okay.
I want to watch Bryce Sensabaugh film from Ohio State.
Okay.
I've seen him going up on boards, but I haven't watched a single Ohio State game, so I'll have to check him out.
See for yourself.
Yeah.
All right. I respect that. Also, I just thought of this since we're talking March Madness. The Iowa-Indiana game for the women's side drew 2.5 million viewers.
Holy crap.
Which is more than any NBA game that's been on ESPN this season.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And there's been some enormous star-powered matchups that ESPN puts on for the NBA. So
do you think
that's ridiculous? And that was Caitlin Clark's 40-piece triple dub, which first time that's ever been done in March Madness.
It's crazy.
It is. She was unconscious, to say the least.
Incredible.
Yeah.
She's incredible.
Uh-huh.
What pick would you draft her at in the NBA draft?
In the NBA draft?
The NBA is gender neutral, by the way.
Okay.
There's no, it literally is gender neutral. There have been 2 women who have been drafted into the NBA.
I did not know that.
Neither of them played in the NBA.
Okay.
One of them was like, yo, I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
I can't play. And she just didn't come back. And then the other one, the exact same thing happened to.
Sick.
But they both got drafted. And Brittany Griner was talked about.
Yeah.
By Mark Cuban specifically about we would bring her in for a workout. If she can play, she can play.
Damn.
Yeah. So where would Caitlin? Because Caitlin Clark really is
spectacular.
The best of our generation. I think the only one.
Okay.
The only person who really is the GOAT. Mm-hmm. People forget how good Diana Taurasi is.
Diana was.
She won 3 chips. 3 national championships, I believe. Might be 4, but I'm pretty sure it's just 3.
Okay.
But still, that's insanity.
Indeed it is.
So, but would you draft Caitlin Clark into the NBA?
Would I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
If I guarantee she can drop freaking 10 to 15 to
Get
20
points
on anyone.
Mm-hmm. I believe that. I would draft her. I mean, if she's even around 6 foot, 6'1",
she's 6 foot.
Okay, 6 foot.
Draft her. I'm sick of this.
I was gonna
she
say,
should go in the lottery, bro.
Oh, in the lottery?
I would take her in the lottery.
I think
I would absolutely take her in a heartbeat in the lottery.
She'd probably fall 10, 20. I'd say 15 to 30.
I think in reality, she wouldn't get drafted because she's trying to break a barrier that simply hasn't been successfully broken. I would take her in the lottery.
Okay. Word.
I would take her in that 10 to 14 range.
I like it.
She's too good. She's too good. There's no way Marcus. I saw something that was Marcus Morris is in the NBA and Caitlin Clark isn't. And I was dang.
Former DPOY, reigning DPOY. Oh shoot, I was thinking Marcus Smart. Hey,
Marcus Morris.
Yeah, I'll recant that.
Yeah, come on.
2 Marcuses.
Yeah, but it's almost like Marcus Morris stay catching strays.
Damn. Yeah, that's a stray and a half, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I would take her.
Yeah, we would
11?
both take her. Different spots, but
That'd be elite.
I respect it.
I'd come
Send
away
her
with
in.
a steal. They'd be like, oh, best 11th pick since Klay Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, better.
Just you wait.
Yeah.
Just you freaking wait.
Hamilton music starts up. It's just Caitlin Clark.
I like it, Trey.
That's it. That's all I got.
End with that. We'll end with that.
Go Hurricanes
Go.
in the Final Four.
Go Canes. They're going to lose to UConn.
They're not going to lose to UConn.
Going to lose to UConn.
I'm gonna rock
FAU, UConn finals.
That'd be cool. I said FAU
happen.
Miami because Florida.
Yeah, makes sense.
That'd be cool.
Yep. Yeah, book it.
I'm just happy Miami made it to the Final Four. It's the first they've ever made it. They made it to the Elite Eight last year. Never before done. And then they made it to the Final Four
Check y'all out.
this year. Crazy.
Also, the D2 winner for men's basketball is also a South Florida team.
Interesting.
Not that anyone knows. I learned that today. So, there's your fun fact.
Oh, I hope Miami wins.
Only time will tell.
Jalen
Saturday, right? That's okay.
Yeah.
Come back on Tuesday. See your emotions where you're at.
If I'm crying into my jersey or proudly wearing it.
Yeah, we'll know.
Yeah.
We'll know the result. But there you guys go. Thank you again for. Okay.
Sorry. Shout out Miami's women's March Madness team as well. They knocked off
the Twins, right?
Yeah. They made it to the Elite Eight. They also beat Indiana on a game winner. Everyone says it's travel. Definitely was not a travel. Live with it.
Cry about it.
Yeah, you guys lost.
Oh, I said Indiana, didn't I? For Iowa. The Iowa game.
Yeah,
Indiana.
you did.
Damn.
Was it Indiana? Am I insane?
I don't know.
Maybe mine was Oklahoma. Maybe mine was some other red.
I'm looking for Iowa.
We've ended this podcast like 3 times. We're still
we
going.
really have. We really have. And y'all just going to have to live with Louisville for Iowa. My bad, guys. My
It was
bad.
Indiana.
My bad. Yeah. They beat Louisville. They're playing the Gamecocks in the Final Four on Friday.
Bunch of red teams.
Bunch of red teams.
Well, that being said,
Out for blood. Okay.
it's
That
been
being
real,
said, it's been fun.
but it ain't been real fun.
No, it hasn't.
I'm Trey.
I'm Nathan.
Deuces.